My goodness, today is the 2020 NFL Draft and the day the Miami Dolphins draft Tua Tagovailoa. Roll hype video. It of course has to be chosen Rosen to see if he's our future quarterback or if he's not, so then we could draft Tua because we're hashtag tanking for Tua and just RELAX. You gotta relax. Because we got some college quarterbacks down the pipeline that our Dolphins GM is looking at. We got Tua Tagovailoa, we got Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. The Miami Dolphins have a huge decision. Do we keep Rosen as a starter or draft a college quarterback and have a little competition? We're gonna have to see. Keep my Tua Tagovailoa jersey because the Miami Dolphins are tanking for Tua or tanking. It's going to be a rough year for a Miami Dolphins fan. Then we get a higher draft pick and maybe draft Tua Tagovailoa. But of course, as Dolphins fans, we want them to win all the games. It's the battle. Tua. Tank for Tua. The Miami Dolphins are what, 0-7? We're for sure tanking for Tua, bombing for Burrow, chasing for Chase Young. All of those tanking terms, we're doing that. Two of which, Joe Burrow and Tua, they could be the Miami Dolphins' first round pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. This is maybe who the Dolphins been tanking for. Tua or Joe Burrow? Write that down, write that down! Oh no, Tua's injured. It could just be a bloody nose, but the future Dolphins quarterback.
It's just a bloody nose. He's walking off in a hurry.
No.
Joe Burrow for MVP.
No, Tua's stock goes down.
Yeah, that's good for us, right?
It's a higher chance he falls, but.
A lot higher than it.
R.I.P. Tua. R.I.P.
Yeah, Steve, you saw Tua Tagovailoa was carted back to the locker room. He was screaming in pain. His medical training staff had to pick him up and carry him off the cart. He is going for x-rays right now, and the first report is that it is his right hip, not his right ankle that's injured.
And being at the stadium kind of makes me regret my team wanting to tank. I kind of hope for them to extend their win streak to 3, because if Tua's out for 1 to 2 years, then we're not tanking for Tua. We're just playing our game regularly. The Dolphins are on the board 5th. They're gonna pick Tua Tagovailoa, not Justin Herbert, not Jordan Love. That's all smokescreen. It's time for Tua to come to Miami. Tank for Tua has come to fruition. Going right around Tua. Woo!
With the 5th pick in the NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select.
How concerned am I about Tua? I'm concerned. I really am.
I do not believe Justin Herbert loves football.
The best system quarterback.
With the 5th pick in the NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select.
This guy has supreme talent. Fires end zone. Touchdown!
Joe Burrow had the best season, I believe, in college football.
And we'll take a downfield shot. Chase, and he'll score! Scores standing up.
Justin Herbert could be the pick for the Miami Dolphins.
And the Miami Dolphins are still looking for a franchise quarterback to this day. Tua is a franchise quarterback. Draft him. It's very simple. I dare the Dolphins to pass on Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback out of Alabama. Do it. Right now, what the Dolphins need is a long-term plan at quarterback. Whatever they do, the number 5 overall pick for the Dolphins needs to solve their long-term problem and give them a long-term plan at quarterback for their franchise. The Dolphins, man, pick Tua, and with the rest, just draft the best players available.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's got star power.
This is the best quarterback in Alabama history.
He's got
He would
appeal.
definitely be a top 3 pick in my estimation.
So when you start talking about tanking,
Miami tanking for Tua.
And Tua Tagovailoa has been the best player I've known passers that I've ever seen.
if he didn't hurt his hip, I think he very likely would have been the #1 pick.
Durability is going to be the concern.
A deadly tornado ripped through Nashville overnight.
We're not going to be able to do a pro day.
The spread of coronavirus.
Everything's just been stacking up. If I promised you Tua was going to be healthy, is he going to be better for 10 years?
I don't even have the words to explain the lonely work he's done to come back from this.
If you give up on Tua, you might be missing out on something special.
Finest prospect I've ever seen in my life.
You want Tua? Come and get him.
We're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
Pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua.
Let's go! Let's go!
First time since
Let's go!
who was now the Cowboys offensive coordinator.
Tua came through.
Left-hander who's going to throw a pass in the NFL, provided, of course, that Tua.
Oh my goodness, today is a day I've been waiting forever for. It's been over a year. I've been anticipating this date today because ever since that Laramie Tunsil trade back in August of 2019, this has been the day that's going to turn around the Miami Dolphins franchise. And today is the first day of the 2020 NFL Draft. It is just the first round, and Roger Goodell is apparently going to have booing, and he's going to announce all the picks from his basement. And we're going to get a couple player interviews here and there, see their reactions, all on like ESPN, ABC, NFL Network. But it's all virtual. It's not taking place in Las Vegas because we all know why. But today, in the first round of the draft, the Dolphins own, as of right now, it could just change in a little bit or any second now with breaking news. But right now, the Dolphins have the 5th, 18th, and the 26th pick of the first round. And we also have the 39th pick, the 56th pick, and the 70th pick, and then we have a couple more picks later on in the other rounds. A total of 14 picks, the most for any team for this draft. Whew, this is exciting because there's just so much potential in the players they could pick. Obviously, I want to draft Tua Tagovailoa with that 5th pick. He's an alpha male. He's that leader. He has that awareness in the pocket. He's everything you want in a franchise quarterback. Justin Herbert is not. I do not want Justin Herbert. If you want to give him to me for a second round pick, fine, but do not draft Justin Herbert in the first round. I'll take Jordan Love. I guess he's a little bit more developmental. I'll take him. And of course, the luxury pick is Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow's most likely going to the Cincinnati Bengals with the first pick. And with the second pick, I think it's an almost automatic for Chase Young to go there. And with the third pick, if the Dolphins don't trade up with the Lions to draft an offensive tackle or a quarterback, then I think the Lions will select Jeff Okudah. And then the 4th pick, I think it's going to be Tristan Wirfs. That's what the rumors are saying right now. We really don't know what the Chargers are going to do with the 6th pick. And then we have, where is the receivers going to go? What about Judy, Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Denzel Mims? Where are they going to fall today? What about Javon Kinlaw or Derek Brown, those two defensive linemen? Where are they going to land? Kavon Chason. A bunch of just craziness that could happen today in just like seconds. Boom, boom, trade. I'm so excited. So what are the Dolphins looking to do? Well, 5th pick, they're going to draft Tua. And that's going to address one of our needs, quarterback. But we also have a couple other needs. We kind of need a safety because you're comfortable with Eric Rowe and Bobby McCain back there? I'm not. So I'm looking for maybe Ashton Davis, Anthony Winfield, Grant Delpit, Xavier McKinney, 1st or 2nd round. All those solve the safety. I'm also looking for a running back, whether that be Clyde Edwards-Helaire, J.K. Dobbins, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, one of those running backs in the 1st or 2nd round. That'll take care of that. And also, here's the big one. We have to protect our franchise quarterback, whether that be Love, Tua, Herbert, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jake Fromm, all of these quarterback names. Whoever we're drafting at the quarterback position, we have to protect them, so we're going to need 2 offensive linemen, whether that be 2 tackles or a tackle and a center/guard. So For the tackles, we're looking at Josh Jones, Ezra Cleveland, Austin Jackson. If we somehow trade that 18th pick and move up to, let's say, like the 9th or 10th, then we're going to get access to one of the top 4, Tristan Wirfs, Mekhi Becton, Andrew Thomas, and Jedrick Wills, the top 4. That we're going to have to trade up for that. Other tackles, we have Lucas Niang, Matt Pearl. A bunch of tackles are decently available in the late first round, and then we got the second round to address that too. And then for guard / center, we got the top option in Cesar Ruiz. We got Tyler Badash maybe to pair up with Michael Theater. We got Lloyd Crusenberry, Matt Hennessy at a Temple. So we got 5 needs that we have to address in these first 2 rounds. Or we could just wait until like the later rounds or 2021 NFL draft, because that draft is also supposedly going to be loaded up with offensive tackles and, of course, Jamar Chase out of LSU. So we don't have to draft to needs. We could draft like best player available. Let's say Kevlon Chason falls to 18. We could pick him up. Let's say Justin Jefferson falls to 26. We could pick him up. But here's the 5 needs that the Dolphins, I would like to address in this draft. It would make me feel at ease, very comfortable with our selections. Quarterback, safety, running back, 2 offensive linemen, tackle, inside lineman. If we do that, I'm satisfied. We could get a slot receiver. We could get another defensive lineman because we're kind of short on those since we've been releasing them. Anyways, I'm going to let this night just play out. It's going to be some nice hours looking at TV and reacting like, oh, what? Me and my brother, me and my family, ooh, so hype. We just have to draft Tua, right? Because if we're not drafting Tua, then that's just a wrong step, and my whole mentality just falls off a cliff. I'm like, I don't really care about the other picks. But if we draft Tua, I'm all in for the future of the Miami Dolphins. It's exciting, and I think it starts today. In just a couple hours, we're counting down. Let's go. I'll see you at the start of the 2020 NFL Draft, when the Cincinnati Bengals are now on the clock.
Dolphins against the world. This is it. This is when we turn the franchise around,
Oh
fellas.
my gosh.
This is it. This is the day.
Not
3
taking them
first-round
serious
picks.
or
I
like
want
getting
all
hyped. It's so
3
funny.
first-round picks. I do not want to trade up. So let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about
I do not want to.
The NFL has been a complete buzz since last night. The Dolphins in Detroit. The Dolphins in Detroit.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Well, there it is, which means for the first time since Kellen Moore, who is now the Cowboys offensive coordinator, threw a pass, we're going to have a left-hander who's going to throw a pass in the NFL, provided, of course.
We got good news for Tua here. We got good news for Tua. With the 18th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Austin Jackson, tackle, USC. With the 30th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Noah Igbenogany, defensive back, Auburn.
Okay, somewhat of a surprise here because remember, they paid Byron Jones and Xavier Howard all that money to be the top 2 paid corners in the NFL, and now they take another corner, Noah Igbenogany, out of Auburn.
And we are done with the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft. And man, oh man, if it wasn't midnight, I would be screaming my lungs out, which I already did. But we got Tua. The pick was in, and it's official. Tua Tagovailoa is the next franchise quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. And here's the question. What happened with the other 2 picks? We almost had CeeDee Lamb sliding to the 18th pick, but when the 18th pick rolled around, CeeDee Lamb wasn't there. All the top 4 offensive tackles weren't there either. We didn't trade up, so we picked Austin Jackson, left tackle out of USC. He has a nice story of donating his bone marrow, and I think I like him with the selection. I probably would have liked Ezra Cleveland a little bit better, but I'm perfectly fine with Austin Jackson. You had to select a left tackle in the first round. And then with the 26th pick, we traded that to the Packers, and we also got like a 4th round pick in compensation for that. And with the 30th pick, we didn't select Anthony Winfield or Xavier McKinney or DeAndre Swift or J.K. Dobbins. We selected Noah Igbenogany, cornerback, even though we have Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. Makes me think, is Byron Jones going to play safety? Is there a chance of that? Or is Noah Igbenogany a harder name than Tunga Vailoa? Is he going to play like nickel corner, slot corner? Interesting. I can't wait for tomorrow. We'll talk about what the Dolphins are going to do tomorrow, but look out for running back. Oof. J.K. Dobbins. All right, thank you for watching. Make sure you bless them. Peace out. Destiny arrives all the same.
A little tired, but Gronk reporting.
Fins up, baby. This is the draft that changes everything. We need a great draft.
We got a chance to absolutely nail this draft.
The sky's the limit.
So we can bring in players that give us even more hope.
So I can use these napkins I've been saving for over 20 years.
Return to glory, baby.
Fins up.
Fins up.
Fins up.
Fins up.